Hello and what is going on, lovely people of the internet? It is Money here with another video for you guys today. Today we're going to be talking about basically just why Skillz went down so much today. So on the day it's down 14%. So why exactly did it go? I can't really find any news, blah blah blah. Well, guess what? I have the information for you. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's not as bad as you think it is. So stick around for the video. We're going to get right into how this goes on. And if you guys want to see more updates on stocks like Skillz, I do videos like this every single day on my channel. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, and the number one thing you guys can do for me is actually like this video, because then it spreads this video to other people, other investors in Skillz, other people who need to be informed about this stuff. So yeah, go ahead, like that video right now. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright, so as you can see right here, we have Skillz. So we're down 14% on the day and then 0.7% after hours. I'm down on this investment now big time. I was up at one point, now I'm down because the market has been doing really bad lately. So we're going to hope that this whole interest rate situation settles out and people just find a bottom and we'll work from there. So we're investing in the market for the long term. We're not trying to day trade. We're not trying to make money short term. So these days do happen, especially in these high growth stocks. They do go down a lot. However, nothing fundamentally has changed with Skillz, and they're not going to be as affected by interest rates by other growth companies. So that's a really good thing for Skillz. The only thing we have to worry about basically is some share dilution. However, we kind of knew that from the beginning. So going forward, I think a lot of this is priced in. So I think this stock is coming towards a really attractive price. Now we're moving to FinViz to take a look at this chart. So I was explaining in my previous video on Skillz, which I'll just leave a link up above, where I did a full analysis on this stock. So definitely watch that video before you proceed with this video, because I went over the entire company and whether or not it was a good long-term hold. So we were talking about how this is in a descending wedge pattern right here, and as you can see, has broke down on that wedge. So it'll likely find support around the $17 range, $18 range, and I'm pretty confident that it won't go too much lower, maybe another 10%, which is actually kind of a lot now that I think of it. But in the long term, that is a decent buying opportunity. So if you're looking to get into the stock, then definitely try to get in around the $18 mark. I don't know if it'll go much lower than that in the short term. So anyways, yeah, it's broke this wedge. We're going to try to find support in the coming days, and we'll go from there. We'll go from there, maybe average down if you have extra capital. And let's just talk about what exactly happened to this stock today. So 2 days ago, Skillz put out this 8K report, which basically outlined their warrant redemption for some of the private shareholders of this company. So Skillz was a SPAC, and SPACs do have warrants. So there's a lot of people who have warrants that way, but there's also people who get in beforehand and they get issued warrants as well. So the redemption price is $11.50 per share. So that is why this share price is going down, because if they're going to be redeeming these shares, then they're going to be paying $11.50 per share to get these shares, which will definitely bring down the share price. Now, what was released today is this update to the 8K report, and it basically says this. On March 23rd, 2021, the registrant financial printer, so the financial printer is basically the people who are processing this, which I believe to be an investment bank. They're processing these reports. So the financial printer inadvertently submitted to the Security and Exchange Commission's EDGAR. So EDGAR is where I find these reports. So there's a search engine on EDGAR. I believe it's edgar.com. Don't quote me on that. But you can search on EDGAR for all these reports, and that's where I find my information on these stocks. Current report on the Form 8K relating to the redemption of certain registrants' outstanding warrants. The inadvertent submission, so keyword inadvertent, was not authorized by any representative of the registrant and was instead the result of human error by the financial printer. The registrant has not issued a notice of redemption with respect to such warrants, and accordingly, the disclosures in items 7.01 and 9.01. So This is item 7.1. It was basically just outlining the warrant redemption. And then item 9.1 is just referencing these exhibits right here, which is the press release and then the notice of redemption. So I'm not exactly sure why the stock price would have dropped so much on this type of news, because they're basically saying they're not redeeming the warrants right now. However, the overall market was down big time today, and a stock like Skillz, it's a high growth stock, so it's going to be hit a lot harder than the S&P 500 alone, because that's super diversified, and this is a high growth stock. However, we did go over how they have zero debt, so interest rates and what's basically been causing the market to go down lately, that's not going to have nearly as much of an effect on this stock as it will on other growth stocks that have a lot of outstanding debt. So that's why I'm not too concerned about something like this. Also, everyone already knew that there are warrants for this stock. Every SPAC merger has outstanding warrants. So that being said, a lot of this was already priced into the stock. This is no new information, and that's why I think this is becoming a very attractive buying opportunity, because if nothing has changed underlying on the stock, you're basically getting a deal for this stock if it goes down. So overall, I don't think there's too much to be concerned about. I think this is still a good stock in the long term. Be mindful of those words, in the long term. I can't tell you what's going to happen in the short term. However, in the long term, I think this is a good stock. It's in a growing market, and we did a full analysis on this stock, so make sure you check that out on my channel. And if you're not already invested in the stock market, you can use the link below to deposit $100 into WeBull, where you'll get 2 free shares valued up to $1,600 a share. So it's basically free money, and definitely recommend you do this if you haven't already. And that's going to be it for the video for you guys today. If you guys are an investor in Skillz today, definitely hurt, but we're in it for the long term. So there's not too much to worry about. And yeah, that's going to be it. Peace!